Spanish Oaks isn't just a neighborhood, it's a hidden world. Gated, quiet, full of secrets. From its world-class golf course to homes that you will never find on Zillow. This community is tucked away in the Texas Hill Country, and it's so exclusive that some Austinites don't even know it exists. Welcome to Spanish Oaks, where luxury meets secrecy. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and I've been helping people for over a decade buy and sell properties in the Austin area. In addition, I played golf at the University of Texas, so when someone says they want to live on the fairway, I know exactly what they're looking for. Now today, in this video about Spanish Oaks, I'm going to show you where it is, how to get there, all the nearby attractions, the golf course especially, the amenities, and what it's like to live there, what the home prices are, in addition to what the homes look like, so you would know if this is the right community that suits you. Let's get going. Oh, and one more thing, I'm going to show you the most expensive property in the neighborhood that's not even on the market. It's a private listing. Stick around, you don't want to miss that right at the end. So first off, we're going to start here with a map. We're about 16 miles out to the west, right over here in the heart of Bee Cave. This is where the Spanish Oaks community is. It's right across the Highway 71 from the Hill Country Galleria. So we're going to go into that a little bit later, but I just wanted to let you know where it is in relation to the downtown Austin. And here we have the actual community of Spanish Oaks outlined here in this red dotted line. We have a security gate at either end of the community. It's a 24/7 manned security gate. So you can pop in over here off 71. It's right across from the McCoy's Lumber Shop. Come in this way and hit the security gate over here, or you can come in this other way off of 71 and enter through this side. So as you can see, the community runs long ways from Highway 71. It's almost like a U shape there. And all of this green space in between is the golf course. I'll change over here to the satellite view, and you can still see the red outline of the community here and the golf course that sits all in between there. So when you're playing golf, you have beautiful views of the home sitting back on the hilltops, but not every hole has homes on it, which I think is a huge perk to not have somebody looking over you on every single shot or worrying about having to hit it in someone's backyard every single tee shot. So most of the homes, as you can see here, they do not face the backyards of the owners in the neighborhood, but you do have many, many opportunities to live on the golf course if that's something that appeals to you. Before we move on from the map and head over to the golf course, I just wanted to show you where the schools are. So here's our Spanish Oaks community here, kind of right in the middle. This right here over here is Lake Point Elementary, only 4 miles away. And then the other direction is Lake Travis Middle School. It's a little bit farther at about 8 miles away. And then we have Lake Travis High School, which is around 5 miles away. And Lake Travis High School is a very well respected school in the area. They're good at both education and sports and music. So if you're looking for something to do for your children, there are lots of activities and both extracurricular and curricular that are available in the Lake Travis High School. In addition, here are the grades for the whole independent school system. They almost are getting an A. They get an 89 out of 100. The total student enrollment for the entire ISD is 11,358. Here's your demographics graph here for all the schools put together. And then of course, you know, we have some attendance rates here at 92%. And one other number I like to point out is how many students per teacher, and it averages around 16.5 students per teacher. So that's the overview for the entire independent school district of Lake Travis. Now for my favorite part of the community, the actual golf course. It is a true Texas Hill Country design. It is absolutely gorgeous out there. They even have Audubon certification because of the way they've paid attention to nature and tried to leave it as natural as they possibly could, use the natural runoffs for rainwater collection and things like that. So Audubon certification is super cool. The course was designed by Bobby Weed and was built in about 2001. And currently, the initiation fee is around $200,000. Now, there is a small waiting list, but it's a little bit mysterious. There's not that much of a waiting list. If you want to get in at Spanish Oaks, you can. However, you do have to have an invitation. So if if you need one of those, you're gonna have to get in touch with me and I can hook you up with some really awesome members over at Spanish Oak. But here are some beautiful pictures. This is the little patio out behind the clubhouse dining area, and that green in the background is a par 3. So only if someone hits it super bad to the left will you be in danger there of getting hit by a golf ball, but you do have to take care. This is just kind of a panoramic view over the treetops there. And this is one angle of how you can see the kind of the slope in the fairway. You got to keep it between the trees. And here is a beautiful hole that runs along this meandering creek. I try my best to keep it out of that creek, but sometimes you just can't help it. This is a beautiful par 5, and the last time I played there was in the evening, and there were deer all over the place. It was so pretty. Here's a little tee box going to a par 3. Hole's not very long, but you have to be pretty accurate or you're gonna have a tough putt. Just show you some more views of this gorgeous golf course. And last one here. Of course, it depends on which tees you're playing as to how many ravines you need to carry. But if you're playing the tips, generally carrying a ravine isn't going to be your problem now, is it? One thing I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about the comfort stations. Spanish Oaks has some of the best comfort stations I have ever seen. So at 3 times throughout the course, you have these little comfort stations that have all the snacks you can imagine. They have everything from sweets to Jolly Ranchers and trail mix to cookies to brownies, and then in the cold portion they'll have like tuna salad, chicken salad, hard-boiled eggs. They have the protein bars, and then they have an ice box or refrigerator full of Gatorades and fizzy waters and things to keep you going out on the course. In addition to those, you have basically an outdoor restaurant right in the middle, and they're full on grilling and cooking hot food right in the middle of the course, and it's a full bar right there. So you're never gonna go too far without food or drink at Spanish Oaks. It's super cool. And then lastly, I just have to tell you about the level of care and level of luxury, kind of hands-on attention you get when you go to Spanish Oaks. So the first time I went out there to play, I rolled up in my car. You know, I knew there was valet, so they got my clubs out, got all my things, went into the course, played, had a great time. Afterwards, of course, we came back, had dinner, had some drinks, and then I didn't come back out until after dark. And we came back to where all the clubs are sitting next to the stands, and mine weren't there. And I almost started to freak out, and then someone's like, well, just look in your Jeep. I opened the back. They had moved my car right up to the front, put my clubs in my car, in the correct car, and I didn't even know it. How they knew which car was mine, which clubs were mine, it still blows my mind, but they know because that's the kind of level of care they take at Spanish Oak. I was blown away in the best possible way. Okay, the golf course is amazing. We've already talked about that. Well, what about the amenities? Well, this particular club is a golf club. It's not a country club, so they don't have all of the wellness and tennis and racket sports and all that combined in one. However, if you live in the community and you're part of the HOA, they do still have some amazing features in there. And 2 of these, as you look at this map right here, are the Spanish Oaks Pool Pavilion and then this fishing pond. Right over here, this huge fishing pond has a little dock right here. You can head out there and fish. I'm told there are 5 species of fish in there, including, of course, largemouth bass. So that would be super fun to go out and fish and just have a really relaxed evening or morning, whatever floats your boat. And then the Spanish Oaks Pool Pavilion is a great space. It's super big so that you don't have the kids and the adults right on top of each other if you don't want to. They have a beachy kind of area that goes down into the bottom section. I'll show you that over here to the right. And then they also have a volleyball court, sand volleyball that is, and basketball. So they have everything down there. And then on the summer days during, quote, pool season, they even have the chef down there so that will come and bring food to your table or to your chair, so you don't have to take anything with you if you don't want to. You can just go hang out at the pool and order from the chef right there. In addition to the pool, volleyball, and fishing camp and basketball area, there are some parks in there. And then they also have the Austin Tennis Academy. Now this is extra, but it's just pretty cool to see. They pump out some pros from this tennis academy, and they have lessons all the time. Lots of pros working over there. So if you're looking to get your kids started early or you want to get some lessons for yourself, they do have tennis available within the neighborhood. So all in all, if you're living inside the Spanish Oaks community, you're going to have that resort-like vibe inside. You have an opportunity to go over to that pool pavilion or go over to the fishing dock and just hang out. And then for a little extra, you can go and get your tennis mastered over at the academy. But mostly, the best thing about living in the Spanish Oaks is that beautiful world-class 18-hole golf course, in my opinion, of course. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the types of homes that you're going to find in Spanish Oaks. So on the public market, the publicly traded market, meaning the MLS, the Zillow, the Redfins of the world, the average sale price in Spanish Oaks is about $3 million. The size of the house is between, 5,600 and 6,000 square feet on average. And the size of the lot, you're generally going to be just over an acre on average. So think larger homes, larger lots, and you're going to have a couple of different styles that you're going to see in a moment. We're going to go with that Texas Hill Country farmhouse, which is the limestone and stucco with the metal roof combined. We have a little bit of that Italian Tuscan in there and some modern design. So let's check them out so you can get an idea of what to expect. So here are our listings right here all around the community. You can see how some will be near the golf course and have golf course views, and some will be back in these corners where it's very, very, very much more private. So we're going to start at the entry level position here. This is the lowest one on the market right now, lowest price on the market right now, $1,995,000. Just over 3,000 square feet, 3/10 of an acre. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath, and it was built in 2004. So you can see here how they have that's called kind of the tobacco color limestone that we have here in Texas. A couple of different angles, and they are mixing the stucco and the limestone together. And here's a nice picture of the living room. You can see it has the fireplace in there. It's somewhat open to the kitchen, but it has a little bit of separation through that rounded archway in the middle. And here's a nice view of the kitchen, which is open to the dining room. So if you are in entertaining, there is plenty of area there, and it additionally opens out to the back. This one here is about middle of the road, or average sale price on the market right now. That's as close to our average as is available. It's listed for $3,525,000, just over 5,300 square feet, and about 3/4 of an acre lot there. 4 beds, 5 baths, and it was built in 2012. And you can see this one here has the white limestone on the exterior and a little bit of the mix of that metal roof. It has a nice pool in the back. And here you can see the total exterior where it mixes the white limestone and the metal roof, and with the dark frames around the windows and doors. And that's a sign, one of the traits of Texas Hill Country farmhouse. Beautiful view of the pool with the hot tub there in a nice evening sky background. Here's a beautiful view from the primary bath. You're looking right out over the swimming pool out to that outdoor seated area. And lastly, here's that beautiful kitchen with the textures combined. We've got a couple different colors in there, but mostly the theme is neutral with the gray and the white, so you can put whatever colors of accent that you want in there. And a little beautiful wine fridge here on the right. And this third property here, it is the highest property on the public market right now in Spanish Oaks, not in Austin, but in Spanish Oaks, listed just under $15 million, and it's huge. It's over 11,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 9 baths, and it was built this year. So it is brand new, which makes that property price go even higher. But look at all the beautiful levels overlooking, terrace down over that swimming pool. And then you can see the stairways that go down into even more yard space. And I wanted to come back here to show you, as I was thinking, it's over 4 acres, almost a 4.5 acre lot. So that's what pushes that price tag up as well. And here's a beautiful view from the top side where you can see how they've blended those textures as is on modern design right now. We've got the Texas limestone, we've got wood, the metal roof, the black frames, and lots of glass overlooking a panoramic view. Beautiful views out back here. You've got your outdoor kitchen right next to the pool, got your hot tub, and check out this living room. I mean, architecture digest, here we come. Look at those beautiful lofted ceilings, lovely light fixtures that blend in. We've got wood exposed beams heading over to the kitchen through the dining. It's all open, and then look at this view. Those doors open all the way so you can have that indoor-outdoor living or indoor-outdoor party when you're entertaining. Check out the floor work here, the intricacies in the laying of the floor. It's not just straight. Again, these are all things that contribute to that high sale price. And then we have one of my favorite things in the home is the wine wall, the see-through wine wall, where you just add all your beautiful bottles in there and you can observe them from both sides of the room. Absolutely gorgeous views, as they should be at $15 million. Now, one of the other super cool things about Spanish Oaks, feel like you're out in this hidden community and so private and so quiet, but you're still right next to shopping, you're next to restaurants, movie theaters. It's right next to the Hill Country Galleria. Have a look. Here is the Spanish Oaks Golf Club, just to give you your bearing. This is the community right here, and you come out this gate right over here in the back or right over here on 71. I would recommend coming out this back way so you can turn on the same side of the road and not cross the 4-lane highway there. Anyway, the Hill Country Galleria has a little bit of everything. So you're going to have your major department stores like Dillard's and Macy's, and then you're going to have all your little boutique shops. You're going to have your restaurants, bakeries, and coffee shops in between, and your small clothing stores. You're also going to have your big department stores like Dick's Sporting Goods and your go-tos at Twin Liquors if you need to get those good bottles of wine for your next party. There are cool little outdoor areas for the kids. This one's a life-size chess set, and then they also have an outdoor area that has that artificial turf so kids can run around and fall around, a little play area, and they also have like outdoor concerts and things in the summer. So the Hill Country Galleria is front and center for anyone living in Spanish Oaks. In addition to the Hill Country Galleria, the stores on the south side are going to be more like your big box stores. Here we have Lowe's, you're going to have Old Navy, Michael's, things of that regard, your home goods store, never can forget about Ulta. But between both sides of the highway, if you need something, if you need to go shopping, you're most likely going to find it. In addition to clothes shopping and restaurants and things, you're also going to have a Whole Foods market and an H-E-B grocery store. So you can either go regular H-E-B, which is beautiful assortment of food, or you can go high end and go to Whole Foods and get the ultimate organic food. And lastly, in the Galleria, you also have a movie theater. You have Cinemark Hill Country Galleria, so you don't have to go far to go to the movies either. So like I told you, there's everything right there. Now, if you choose to go a little further out, there are also some other wonderful restaurants in the area. And the one I like most and want to point out to you, because it's my favorite, is the Grove Wine Bar. It not only has good food and wine, it has this view. Check that out. So if you want to catch a beautiful happy hour and sit outside, this is what I highly recommend, the Grove. And then lastly, before we move on, we can't talk about this part of town without talking about Lake Travis. So here's the Spanish Oaks community right here, and you're just maybe 20 minutes away from the actual Lake Travis. You can head over to Canyon Grill, Lakeway Resort and Spa. Lakeway Resort and Spa is a great place for a staycation. They have beautiful swimming pools and a beautiful restaurant out there. You can sit out over the water. Canyon Grill, super cute, sit out over the water. So all these things are within reach very easily from the Spanish Oaks neighborhood. And if you're a boater, well, even better. So now I've showed you around the neighborhood, I've showed you around the golf course and the hot spots. So I'm going to summarize the best and worst about living in Spanish Oaks. The pros to living in Spanish Oaks: it's ultra private luxury, world-class golf and amenities. Those 24-hour security gates keep it super exclusive. You're located in the good Lake Travis ISD school system. The homes are absolutely beautiful and they're nestled right in the middle of nature. So you have beautiful scenery and beautiful homes. And lastly, strong resale value. People want to live there. What's not so hot? I mean, the cons of moving into Spanish Oaks, it's pricey. So if you don't have that kind of budget, you just can't get in. And the initiation fee for the golf membership is $200,000. And that is our highest in town, in the Austin area, $200,000. If you're looking for downtown nightlife, it's gonna be about a 25+ minute drive, and that's without traffic. And then lastly, when you live in a community that has such a strong HOA as this one, you don't have freedom to build as you wish completely. So if you don't like the designs that you saw today or something somewhat similar, then you may not want to build or buy apply in there because you can't make any changes that the HOA doesn't approve. So you have to live by the HOA guidelines. But overall, Spanish Oaks is an A+ community. I'd even say A++. Highly recommend it if you're into golf, nature, the outdoors, and exclusive living. Well, I promised I'd show you some off-market listings. So before I end today, here they are. There are actually 13 homes that are not listed in the Zillows of the world here in Spanish Oaks. And I'll just give you a peek at the most expensive one, listed for $12.9 million. It's listed with Compass and Scott Michaels, but it's again over 11,000 square feet, built in 2021. It's on just about an acre of a lot. But you can see this stucco design. It's a bit different from any of the others that I've shown you today, in that it is all white stucco, and then it has the tile roof instead of that metal roof like the others did. But it's a beautiful, sprawling 11,000 square foot property, huge high ceilings, large entryway, and of course the wine room, my favorite part of the house except for the kitchen. And here you see those exposed beams. It's that Texas Hill Country sticking out there. Then beautiful, beautiful kitchen there. So these are all the properties that are listed off market. So if you're searching in Spanish Oaks, you can see why I say it's a secret community. If you're not part of this list, you don't even know all the properties that are available to you to buy today. So it's important that you know somebody that has this list, like me. So now you know what it's like to live in Spanish Oaks. If you want to see any of these properties in person, then give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, because we're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. And if you want one of the most private, luxury, resort-style communities in a league of its own, it might be Spanish Oaks for you. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.